We are excited to learn about CMI's flexible mortgage solutions that are helping people overcome these barriers and achieve their growth goals.
The journey is that the client will go to the broker and the broker will evaluate all the options and they'll decide we want to bring this deal to CMI because they're going to be the best option for you.
Well, but according to a recent survey by Mortgage Professionals Canada, 38% of Canadians they find the mortgage application process stressful.
There's no mortgage process that isn't stressful for the borrower.
Working with a knowledgeable mortgage broker can save you time and money.
If you go to a mortgage broker, they have access to bank products. They have access to alternative financing solutions. They have access to private lenders like Canadian Mortgages Inc.
Your dedication to customer satisfaction and your innovative approach to mortgage lending is truly commendable. And welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast, where we delve into the intricacies of business, financing, and explore innovative solutions for entrepreneurs that are seeking to fuel their growth. Joining us today is Taylor Louise, the Assistant Vice President of Origination and Strategic Partnerships at Canadian Mortgages Inc., or CMI. With over a decade of experience in the mortgage industry and a dedication to serving the Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association, Taylor is a leading voice in providing innovative and accessible mortgage solutions for borrowers who struggle to qualify for traditional financing, including small business owners. So today we'll explore CMI's unique approach to providing transparent and flexible mortgage solutions, broker-focused lending services, and comprehensive support throughout the entire mortgage process. So let's get started. Taylor, we're very pleased to have you on the show today. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Very pleased for you to be here as well. And Taylor, we'd love to kind of, begin our conversation by understanding that beyond traditional lending, flexible mortgage solutions are, they're available for today's businesses and consumers alike. So access to funding, it's known to be a major challenge for many of the people that are out there that don't fit the traditional lending criteria. And Taylor, we're excited to learn about CMI's flexible mortgage solutions that are helping people overcome these barriers and achieve their growth goals. Taylor, can you please elaborate on how CMI caters to borrowers who may not fit the traditional lending criteria, and why this approach is so important in today's diverse business landscape? Like, what are some of the unique needs of small businesses that you address?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, for small businesses and small business owners, they can find themselves in the criteria of the clientele that we service. There's no secret that it's not getting any easier to get a mortgage. It's within this landscape and within this market, people are really anxious and really nervous about their mortgage, whether it's their renewal, whether they've purchased a pre-construction house, whether they need to access their equity and they don't know what the value of their home is, and whether they have the income to qualify. It's also no secret that the average wages haven't increased at the same pace that the average home prices have in Canada. And that's, over the past decade, let's say. That can cause a lot of angst for people. And CMI it's an organization that just tries to find solutions for the borrowers. Meaning, with the way that we do our business and with our approach and our flexibility, we can find solutions that maybe traditional lenders can't find, right? And the majority of our clientele are those who have been denied by the bank. And to your point of asking about small business owners, they might find themselves in that bucket as well. And we can find solutions for them. So, for CMI, it's almost like we're saying, don't count yourselves out yet, because we might be able to help you. And if there is a way, we will find it. And that served us well. CMI it was started by Brian Jaskolka, and it actually started as a mortgage brokerage. And through being a brokerage and helping clients directly, we could find other ways to help clients, right? And we do work solely through the broker channel, meaning, as a lender, we only work with brokers and then, subsequently their clients. But we find solutions for them that they might not have known were possible,
Right.
and try to alleviate that angst that comes around a mortgage. You know, it it's funny, and I say this to brokers all the time, that there's we do this every single day,
Mhm.
right? We do mortgages every single day. But for the average person, this is the largest investment that they're ever going to make,
Right.
right? And, sometimes they just don't know how to go about it. And sometimes they might want to make that investment, or they might want to make that purchase, or whatever the case is, and they didn't know it was possible. So they need a lender and a broker to work in tandem to really help them realize that their dreams are achievable. And like I said, over the past decade now, we've been a premier private lender in this industry, helping anybody from people who have found themselves on tough times and found themselves in credit trouble, to people who need temporary solutions, bridge financing, whatever the case is, or even small business owners who don't have uh, a long track record of success, but we can see that they're well on their way. We'll help them too, to help them get into the home of their dreams, and really, honestly, just to put a roof over their heads.
Right. So that's a crucial point, Taylor. Flexibility and inclusivity in lending practices, they are quite essential for supporting a wider range of entrepreneurs and fostering their economic growth. Now, this flexible approach must open doors for many people that struggle to find funding. Can you share some specific examples of how CMI's flexible solutions have helped business owners that might have been turned away by traditional lenders?
Yeah, I mean, look, when somebody is starting a business, seldom is it linear, right? Um, from year to year, their income might change drastically. There could be up years, it could be down years, it could be up months, down months. And within a very traditional lender, we call them prime or monoline lenders, they might be looking for a 2-year average. Most times they're looking for a 2-year average. And if somebody started their business maybe a year and a half ago, their 2-year average might not be as high as their current income would show. That's a scenario where we would look at, let's say, business bank statements or other ways of verifying income. And we would say, look, this person, maybe they started their business 18 months ago. Maybe they started their business 10 months ago. But over the last 6 months, we can see a track record of success. We can see a track record of income coming in that will support being able to pay this mortgage. And we can help that person get into that dream of that home of their dreams. We
Mhm.
can help that person. Maybe there's a small business owner who has a home already,
Right.
and they need to access equity in their home to invest in their business, right? That's a perfect client that we can help. And if there's some sort of way that we can alleviate other pressures. So, for instance, the other day I was actually talking, this is a perfect example. I was talking to a broker who they had somebody who wanted to access the equity from their home to invest in their business, and because they were going through a rebuild. No problem. Let's see what it looks like. And there was enough equity that we could create a prepayment schedule for them, meaning we can take equity from the house to apply to the payments, their monthly payments, so that they don't actually have to make the monthly payments for the term of the mortgage,
Mhm.
um, or for 6 months out of the 12 months. And it gives them a little bit of breathing room and gives them a little bit more cash flow for
Right.
their business. Those are examples of the flexible solutions that we may be able to offer. Again, it's not on everybody, but if it's a viable solution, if it's a feasible solution, and if it's a logical solution, then that's something that we can apply to really, really help and go that extra mile to help those clients, to put them in a better situation. Honestly, in private lending and in private mortgages, the goal is very, very rarely to keep them in a private mortgage forever.
Right.
So we want to have that person be in a better situation leaving our mortgage than they were coming into our mortgage.
Mhm.
And that is our goal. All right. Our goal is not to keep them here forever, it's to help them through a period of time, usually a 12-month period, and get them in a better situation leaving our mortgage than they were coming into it.
Right.
And that's an example of a small business owner that we helped get into a better situation, not only personally, but within their business as well, professionally, to be in a better situation leaving our mortgage than they were coming in.
Mm-hmm. So it's really inspiring to hear how CMI is providing flexible mortgage solutions to support small business owners that traditional lenders often overlook. Listeners, are you feeling overwhelmed by the complexities of securing a mortgage for your business? Don't navigate this alone. Working with a knowledgeable mortgage broker can save you time and money. They can help you find the perfect mortgage solution tailored to your unique needs. Now, let's discuss the advantages of working with mortgage brokers in securing the right financing. Because for many small business owners, Taylor, navigating mortgage financing can be a complex process, but working with a broker can make the process faster, more easier, and more accessible. Taylor, we're excited to learn about CMI's broker focused approach that helps business owners secure the right financing with speed and efficiency. Can you please explain how these services work and why they offer advantages in terms of speed, efficiency, and accessibility for small businesses that are seeking mortgage financing?
Yeah, so being a past president on the Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association, the Ontario chapter, and currently the vice president of the national chapter of Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association, and also being in this industry, I actually really like this question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, CMI, we don't deal directly with clients, as I said earlier. We deal with brokers who are consummate professionals, and the reason we do is that we trust that the broker is always going to put the client's best interests first. And if you walk into a bank, for instance, walk into a bank, as you know, most people know how to get a mortgage. They go to the bank, they say, hey, I want to buy a house, and so on. So you are limited to that specific bank's products only.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to a mortgage broker, they have access to bank products. They have access to alternative financing solutions. They have access to private lenders like Canadian Mortgages Inc. And they will be able to fit a product, a mortgage product, into your life instead of you trying to fit your life into a specific mortgage product.
Right.
So, the benefit of working with a broker are the options and the expertise that the broker can provide to somebody who doesn't normally navigate that. Unless the small business is in mortgages, that's likely not the client's expertise, right? That's not the borrower's expertise. So focus on your expertise as a small business owner. Focus on your expertise as a borrower in your craft, and find somebody else who is an expert in the mortgage craft, which is a broker, and they should be able to take care of the rest for you.
Right. That's a valuable perspective, Taylor. I mean, brokers truly act as advocates for borrowers, helping them navigate the often confusing world of mortgages. Now, for someone who's never worked with a broker before, it can seem a bit mysterious. Um, can you demystify this process? Like, what does a business owner typically need to provide to a broker, and what can they expect in terms of communication and guidance throughout that process?
Well, yeah, I mean, the answer is in the question. As any small business owner would want to grow, you really need to be able to delegate,
Mm-hmm.
right? Delegate this process to a broker is the best way I could put it, and the broker will guide you through it. And that's what the broker is going to provide, is the guidance. And that's why I said, the answer lies within the question. They're going to ask for different statements to prove income, of course. They're going to ask for a credit report, of course. Um, they are going to ask for a value of the home. And really, whatever the lender is asking for to make the deal work, they're likely going to have to provide some sort of proof of income, some sort of exit strategy, of course. What is the plan after this mortgage, after the term of this mortgage? If the term is 1 year, 2 years, what is the plan after that? How can we help you get to that point? But ultimately, that can vary deal to deal, and I can't guarantee they're going to ask only for these things, because every deal is so different, because everybody's lives are so different. So when you put the most important investment of somebody's life within the intricacies of everybody's life, I can't say that every single file is the same, because no file is the same, because no two people are the same.
Correct.
No two situations are the same. But what I will say is, and this is just a long-winded way of reiterating the initial point, that the broker is going to offer guidance and is going to steer you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that, like you said, it can be a little nerve-wracking. The unknown is always scary, but just trust that there's 18, I believe there's about 17 to 18,000 mortgage agents and brokers in Ontario, and you're going to pick the one that you trust, and you're going to pick the one that works best with you.
Right.
And you need to trust your gut. You need to trust your broker that they're going to steer you in the right direction. They're going to guide you properly to get that mortgage for you.
The focus on the broker relationships and the streamlined process is truly valuable for our listeners today that are navigating the complexities of mortgage financing. We'll be right back with insights on how CMI provides comprehensive support throughout the entire mortgage journey. Please stay tuned to learn how they're streamlining the process for the consumers or for the borrowers.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
connect and recharge,
make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's explore how CMI is making the mortgage process smoother and more efficient for entrepreneurs and borrowers out there. Now, Taylor, let's explore the mortgage journey itself and how CMI provides comprehensive support from start to finish. Because the mortgage process can be complex and time-consuming. We've highlighted that before as well. But according to a recent survey by Mortgage Professionals Canada, 38% of Canadians find the mortgage application process stressful, highlighting the need for streamlined, efficient mortgage services. Taylor, CMI offers a comprehensive mortgage services, including an in-house administration team that manages the entire mortgage process for borrowers. Can you walk us through the key stages for the mortgage journey with CMI and explain how your team ensures a smooth, hassle-free experience for the borrowers?
Yeah, I think that there's no mortgage process that isn't stressful for the borrower, just because, again, it's the largest investment they're going to make. They're not used to doing this on an everyday basis. So no matter what, you're going to have a specific amount of people who are going to be stressed. And I don't foresee that dropping below anywhere between 25 to 35 or 40%. I can't imagine less than 40% of people, or sorry, you said 38, so less than 38% of people not being stressed by this process. I would have guessed 100% of people being stressed by the mortgage process, again, just by the nature of it. Our goal is to reduce that stress. I would find it impossible to eliminate it, but our goal is to reduce it. I think the best way to reduce it is by the constant communication, which we really aim to have at all points in the process, and that's really the aim of our whole admin team in the back. The journey is that the client will go to the broker, and the broker will evaluate all the options, and they'll decide, you know what, we want to bring this deal to CMI because they're going to be the best option for you. Once the deal gets sent to CMI, they'll deal with a broker relationship a broker relationship manager. We call them our BRMs, and they are our team that really manage the relationship with the broker. Right. I mean, it's self-explanatory, but yes, that is not something that's to be taken lightly. Mm-hmm. Our whole business, and really, I mean, I would argue that the world is built on relationships, right? Human connection is based on relationships. Right. So how could business not be? And the relationship between the broker and our BRM is going to, and the communication styles, that's going to actually set the tone for the remainder of the mortgage process. So we take that very seriously, and we try to make sure our relationships with our brokers are as strong as they possibly can be. Once a deal is submitted and it's underwritten and it's approved, then we will say, okay, great, thank you, we appreciate the business. This is what we need to make sure that this deal funds properly, and we can prove what you have submitted, the information you've submitted. So we'll ask for some documents, we'll do a full check, and we'll coordinate with the legal teams on the back end, the client's lawyer and our lawyer. And throughout that entire process, we're communicating with the broker, letting them know the status is. And then hopefully, as stress-free as possible, the deal closes, and the money is basically in trust with the lawyer and gets dispersed properly. Right. And again, the make or break and the stressful part comes from the unknown. So we try to alleviate as much of the unknown as possible and try to stay in constant communication, whether it's automated communication with our system or with our fulfillment officers and the brokers, our fulfillment officers and the legal teams. We just try to make sure that all parties are apprised and abreast of everything that's going on during each stage of the mortgage. Mm-hmm.
That's a comprehensive approach to mortgage support, ensuring that borrowers, they feel informed and they feel empowered throughout the entire process. Now, CMI's commitment to customer service and streamlined processes sets you apart in the mortgage industry. Taylor, can you share any specific features or tools that CMI uses to enhance the borrower experience, such as online portals, maybe personalized communication, or proactive updates?
Yeah, so the proactive updates is definitely one of them. And I think what really sets us apart is that our updates don't stop when the mortgage funds. Our updates continue past that, meaning when the mortgage is up for renewal, we'll reach out 60 days before the maturity date of the mortgage saying, hey, what are your intentions? Are you going to pay us out? Would you like to explore your renewal options? And we'll send that to not only the borrower, but to the broker as well, so that everybody who was part of the mortgage the first time is part of the mortgage the second time. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to, we don't want to take that client away from the broker. Right. So we want to keep everybody updated. And sometimes, brokers deal with tons of clients, whether they end up funding the deals or they don't, or it's just inquiries, they might lose track. We don't want them to lose track. So we keep everybody updated. And we still, even after the initial transaction, it's not just transactional, right? Yes, that was a transaction, but that transaction was built on the relationship. So we want to maintain that relationship, and we'll notify after and say, hey, look, even after we give that notification out that the deal's funded, about a year later, hey, you know what? You're up for your mortgage is coming up to maturity. What would you like to do? What options would you like to explore? Or if you're going to, find another financier, if you're going to find another mortgage lender to pay us out, no problem. Mm-hmm. If you need a renewal, let's explore that option to see if it's feasible. Let's explore that to see what that looks like for you. And I think that, and I've personally have received compliments on the way we approach that whole process and how far in advance we do approach that process. So maybe it's not the norm for other private lenders, but it's a norm for us based on our goals and what we want to achieve within this broker market.
That's amazing. I mean, your dedication to customer satisfaction and your innovative approach to mortgage lending is truly commendable. Now, Taylor, this has been an incredibly informative and insightful conversation, so thank you for that. But as we wrap up, if there is one key message that you want small business owners to take away from our discussion today about securing mortgage financing, what would it be?
Good question. You mentioned Mortgage Professionals Canada a couple questions ago, and the other day I was at a symposium for Mortgage Professionals Canada, and I had a brief little speech there, and they said that a lot of the times people won't stay fully engaged, so you have to have a couple phrases that they're going to take with them. And one of the ones that I really emphasized and I really wanted people to understand, and I'll say it again because I really want people to take this away, and if they take anything away from this discussion, it's that if there is a viable solution, we want to be the ones to find it.
Right.
CMI wants to be the ones to find it. We don't want to turn deals away. We don't want people to feel hopeless. We don't want them to feel helpless. If there is a viable solution, we want to be the ones to find it, because at the end of the day, we care, right? We want them to be in a better situation. We want to put Canadians in homes, and we want to do so with integrity. We want to, prove the results that we have, and we want to be excellent at doing so. So if there is a viable solution, we want to be the ones to find it, and we want to collaborate with our brokers to do so.
Thank you so much, Taylor, for such excellent advice, and thank you for your transparency, your flexibility, and such strong relationships with mortgage professionals that are essential for navigating the complexities of the business financing. But thank you so much for your time, and
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thanks.
And that was an insightful conversation with Taylor Louise, the Assistant VP of Origination and Strategic Partnerships at Canadian Mortgages, Inc., on their innovative mortgage solutions for small businesses. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. We appreciate your continued support. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. You can also visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for valuable information and tools. A special thank you to our partners, RBC, UPS, IHG, and Google, for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Until next time, keep innovating and striving for success. We'll see you in the next episode.